everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast Christmas episode. Well, okay, it's technically the 21st, so we're technically 4 days away from Christmas, but Christmas is on a Wednesday. I'm not recording on a Wednesday, and this coming Christmas I'm really not looking forward to anyway because I have to do a double shift after Christmas on the 26th, being at work at 4 in the morning, and then back again at 10 at night, and yeah, my job sucks. I've said it before, I'll say it 1,000 times. But anyway, I'd like to thank YouTube's audio library for providing the opening intro song. You're all welcome to enjoy it. Yes, it's the absolutely, completely random Christmas episode. Yay! I have to admit, that was actually pretty cool. I gotta thank my mom for that idea. She's the one that said, hey, you should, too bad you can't do any Christmas music. And I'm like, yeah, YouTube will copyright strike me. Then it clicks in my head, wait a minute! YouTube's got an audio library! I wonder if they... My God, they do. Bingo! Yep, so I'd like to thank YouTube for their audio library. That's where I picked up the song that you heard in the intro for the Christmas themed episode. So yay! It's nice. I would have done it in the background of me talking here, but I'm loud, so you wouldn't be able to hear it. And in all honesty, it's better off where it was. Neat little homage to the introduction in a way. But anyway, what am I going to talk about this week? Well, that's where we get a lot of fun. A topic that I missed and forgot about talking about last week, believe it or not. I wanted to, but I couldn't find enough information. The Playmobil movie bombed tremendously at theaters. And I mean, this thing did worse than Arctic Dogs. That's right. It did worse than Arctic Dogs. The anime song streaming service, Aniuta, is going to be ending its U.S. service on March 31st, so that's kind of sad. That Nintendo PlayStation prototype apparently is going to be auctioned off. How much of that I think is true, I don't know, but I'll explain. Believe it or not, an anime series that I kind of fell in love with over the summer is coming back with a new season! That's right, World Trigger is returning to the airways with a new season, and I am excited as all hell. Oh, and guess what? That live-action Akira movie is no longer on Warner Brothers' release slate. Let us breathe a sigh of relief. All this and more this week on the absolutely, completely random podcast. But before we go any further, you know the song and dance by now, right? I hope you do. It's the same old story, same old song and dance, and that's basically, well, you know what it is. ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. Wide variety of stuff. I am trying to get new stuff up. Like I said, night shift has been a pain in my backside. My job's been a pain in my backside. So that kind of fell to the wayside for December. I apologize. I had some cool stuff I wanted to get up that people might have liked for Christmas. I apologize. I couldn't get it up so that I could get it out there, so I could get it sold to people because I got screwed. And I'm waiting to see how the, oh yeah, you have to do sales tax now and stuff you sell online is going to screw me over tax-wise this year, because if it's going to do me like I think it's going to, then I ain't going to be doing eBay no more. Except for maybe buying stuff. I ain't going to be selling anything if it's going to do to me what I think it's going to do. And believe me, I'm getting a bad vibe here. Like in the pit of my stomach bad. Oh, and don't forget, the Q&A video is being recorded on Christmas Eve. That's right. Provided hell doesn't freeze over and I don't have to go in on Christmas Eve at some last-minute schedule change, I will be recording the December Q&A video on Christmas Eve, and it will be going up on Christmas Day. So that's something to look forward to. On top of that, don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at OtakuRoads. That's my actual Twitter handle. And you can also check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page, because that's where we have a lot of the fun stuff that you sometimes see. I mean, when I'm on Facebook. I don't go on all the time, but when I do, I pop some fun stuff up there. If I remember to. It's complicated. Very, very complicated. Alright, so let's do this quickly here. So how did my week go? Truthfully, aside from the unscheduled day off I ended up getting on Wednesday night because my supervisor had an emergency that prompted him having to leave, and since I'm not allowed to be by myself, as company policy states, I got the night off and was bored by 2 o'clock. Yeah, I just stayed up. I mean, I slept the whole damn day. I just stayed up then, and I'm like, yeah, I was bored by freaking 2 o'clock in the morning. I was bored. I mean, I was bored shitless. So I'm like, yeah, this was great. So, yeah, it was boring. But other than that, I slept most of the time from last Sunday straight on through. It was like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I was asleep during the day. Wednesday night I was up because, like I said, mild emergency, which prompted supervisor to have to leave. So I got the night off unexpectedly. Other than that, my week was boring as hell. Literally. I did some stuff on my tablet. I watched the new episode of Bob Hearts Shola. It was a boring week, basically. And I mean boring, boring, boring. Like, I can't tell you how boring it was, but you could just tell it was boring. Seriously, it sucked. Happily, the holidays are almost over. My one friend got his Christmas present. I asked him, I said, hey, if you're around, stop by. And this was yesterday, which would be Friday. I said, hey, if you're around, stop by, pick up your present. And he goes, oh, that's great. Well, if, I could stop by real quick if you're not busy. Yeah, that's fine. I stood outside and waited for him for a little bit, and then I gave him his present. I got him a 101 Tips to Brew Your Own Beer. It's a neat little book that I found, and I'm like, yeah, he might get a kick out of this. I figured he'd like it. He kind of did, so that worked. And then he also got a gift card that we kind of got as let's just say that my family got as a door prize. We don't really eat out much, and it's like, we're not going to let it go to waste. I'm like, no, I'll give it to one of my friends that goes out. I can use it as a Christmas gift. Yeah, I gave it to my buddy. Sean. He's going to use it, so that works out pretty well. My other buddy, Andrew, will be getting, if he's listening out there, which I don't know if he ever listens to my podcast or not, you'll be getting your Christmas present intertwined with your birthday present, because your birthday is too close to Christmas by almost a month. And it just works out so much easier because I'll be more awake in January, hopefully. Hopefully, I'll be more awake in January. Yeah. So hopefully my buddy Andrew out there, if you're listening, I don't know if you listen to my podcast. Probably not. I don't think he does. But you'll be getting your present in January. Okay? Cool. But otherwise, I got my mom's present already fixed up. Pretty much wrapped up at this point, I think. I want to try my box idea again. If that doesn't work, it's just going to go in a bag. I'll quick find a bag or something and put it in. It doesn't matter what it's wrapped in, just so long as she gets it. It's the thought that counts. She's going to like what I got her, I really hope, because nobody got her it yet, and I'm really, really happy about that, because if somebody else would have got her what I got her, I would have been pissed. So yeah, Mom, you're getting a good gift. I know you listen to my podcast. I know you listen. I know you listen to the podcast every week. You're a loyal listener. Yeah, you're getting something really good for Christmas. I really put some thought and effort into this one. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, so like I said, my week sucked. It was just basically me sleeping all the time. Barely awake. I was watching some clips of Overlord on YouTube. When I was, awake, basically like in the morning before like noon. Then I go to sleep, get up at. I ended up waking up around 6:30 ish. Roll back over and wait till 9:30 to get up. And now I get to go to work at midnight for the next 2 nights, which will be Sunday and Monday. And then I get to wake up early on the 26th, going at 4 o'clock, and then wake up, come back home then after 8. About 8:30 I'll probably get home. Then I get to go to sleep for a few hours and wake back up at 8:30 and then go back into work to work. It started at like 10 o'clock. I got back at about 7 in the morning, come back home, and go back to sleep again. So I can go back in again at 10. It is a fucking fun time, man. I'm telling you. This week's gonna suck. So yeah, I don't get to enjoy Christmas this year. But yeah, so there's that. But anyway, that's how my week went. Let me know how your weeks went. I'm kind of interested how your, because this is like the week before Christmas. Did you get all your holiday stuff done? Do any baking? My mom made some cookies that are actually really good. I'm not gonna lie. Though I will say this, the white chocolate chip cookies that she made me are, they're good. Little sweet, I won't lie, but they are good. And we've learned our lesson from last year. 'Cause we got some containers last year and they weren't sealing right, so the cookies were getting kind of hard quicker. Well, she remembered that from last year, and I was like, yeah, the containers aren't sealing right, the cookies are getting kind of hard, they're kind of going stale faster. Yeah, this year she put them in Ziploc bags, and then just put the Ziploc bags in the containers, and it's like, yeah, that works. So I basically have really soft cookies that are really, really good, and I'm probably not going to get through all those cookies either. But anyway, it was a fun week. So yeah, that's about the only good part that happened this week. But yeah, otherwise it's been a dull week. Dull as dirt. But anyway, let's get into the podcast, shall we? Because we got a lot to talk about and not a lot of time to do it. Okay, so the Playmobil movie, this thing bombed at the box office. It did worse than Arctic Dogs, if that's even possible. Arctic Dogs, as you remember me talking about a few podcasts ago, that was the movie that barely made, I think it was like $100,000, I think it was, or barely, I don't know, it did piss poor. Became one of the worst movies. Yeah, this movie, not good. It garnered less than $1 million in ticket sales over its opening weekend. It suffered poor marketing, weak connection between kids and the brand, which it's Playmobil. Who the hell remembers Playmobil anymore? Hell, I can't even begin to tell you how many generic Lego knockoffs I know of anymore. There's a whole bunch that are sold at the Dollar Tree that, I bought a couple of those. I made like little robots out of those. Because this is really cool. So there was like a couple at the Dollar Tree, and I got like little robot kits, and I put the little robots together per the instructions, and they sucked. So I took the initiative and combined them together and made them look a little better. And then I bought another set, and I did the same thing. And I have two really good-looking robots in the freaking dining room. Then I went back to the Dollar Tree, and I bought, for literally $1, I bought a board to just sit them on. Which kind of was a waste of $1, but screw it. They're a little more safer and a little more connected, so they won't slide over so easily. But yeah, this thing has flopped. It's going down as one of the worst movie openings of the decades. Like I said, it beat Arctic Dogs. So yeah, Frozen 2 neared a $1 billion earning during its third weekend in theaters. Like I said, this is about a week old because I forgot to talk about this last week, so it's probably a little more by now. But this is just sad, though. apparently, as of the time of this article, which was the 8th, I believe? Yes, okay, so December 8th. So like I said, this is a week old. I forgot to talk about this last week. That was my bad. It skipped my mind because I couldn't find enough information on it. The film was expected to haul in $668,000 for the 3-day weekend domestically. It's one of the worst openings in recent cinematic history. Yeah. Apparently, the only other movie that has had a worse opening, let's see here, it's called The Oogle Loves in the Big Balloon Adventure. Diego, a 10-year-old re-release of Saw, had worse opening weekends, apparently. I don't know how true that is. But basically, the movie sucked. It didn't really appeal to me to begin with. But the thing is, though, is that, like I said, I couldn't find enough information on how badly, was this movie doing. And then I found a really interesting site. So this is really cool. I don't, like I said, keep in mind, I don't know how accurate this information is at this point anymore, but still, it didn't do very well. That much I know. But there's a site called showbiz411.com, and they had down for the... Okay, so this would be for the 12th. On the 12th, they had down that it basically was making $11 per theater at 2,300 locations that Thursday night. 2,300 locations made $11 per theater. With a $75 million budget, $11 per theater. That is pathetic. No. I take that back. I take that back. That is pathetic. Okay, so then the Friday night update went here. So this is where it came. This is where it updated. Then it was like the Friday night update. So that would have been the 13th. Yeah. See, made just $11 per theater per screen. Thursday night at 2,337 locations. On Wednesday night, it made $17 per screen. It's earned just about, as of this article, $797,702 in 7 days. Yeah, and you kind of wonder why this thing, it's a write-off. Playmobil, first off, like I said, who the hell even remembers it? They were just trying to ride the nostalgia train that Lego did, and I think Lego even has admitted at this point, look, we can't keep doing this anymore. Lightning struck the first time, didn't strike as well the second time, but still made an impact. But then you had the Ninjago movie, and you just started getting greedy with the Lego Batman movie, and yeah, you can't keep doing it, is basically what I want to say here, because it's going to come to the point where, oh look, it's just, it's going to overwhelm people. But the problem is that when it comes to this stuff, it's hit and miss too. Because you could have just done a generic, oh look, here, let's talk about let's do a Duplo movie for kids. Okay, that could have done very well too, or it could have done poorly. It's a hit and miss on both sides. The issue is the fact that they were building this thing up with the couple of ads that I saw in like the one trailer, where it's basically, yeah, and there was a bit of marketing, but just not enough for what you would imagine this movie had. But that it basically did worse than Arctic Dogs. That's sad, basically. And I mean, a lot of people were saying it on Twitter that this movie did worse than Arctic Dogs, and that's what was making me like, okay, I really wanted to talk about it last week, and I forgot, because I couldn't find enough information to, clarify it. And then it's like, oh yeah, I know, I found it this time around because all of a sudden I clicked a couple links. It's like, boom, okay, now the information was updated. And I'm like, yes, son of a bitch, it really sucked. But yeah, $11 per screen on a Thursday night. $11 per screen is bad. $75 million budget, $11 per screen. Then you just make $17 per theater or per screen on a Wednesday night. Yeah, no. This is not good. The reviews, though, weren't even that great. I know, I think Saberspark or somebody on, I think it was Saberspark, or one of the people that reviews a lot of stuff on YouTube has a Twitter account, and they put up a thing, yeah, I saw it, it sucks, it's bad, it's a write-off, don't even bother going. And that's the same one that said don't bother going to see Arctic Dogs either. And yeah, I agree with that, but still, it's eh. But the fact that the reviews for it sucked, and while I don't care too much for Rotten Tomatoes at this point, I think they might have had this one right here. Yeah, it's just no. This is something that you probably could have just released as a straight to DVD or a straight to streaming service type of deal, and not blown the money for a massive movie. $75 million budget. You could have just, like I said, cut that sumbitch in half, and probably just did a direct to DVD. And even if you kept the budget where it was, you probably could have made more money back direct to DVD and streaming service rights with ads and stuff playing intermittently. But no, for a movie like this that did this piss poor, that is a major letdown. That is just bad all around, because that's basically, well, why even bother then at that point trying to come up with a new movie? It sucked. I mean, how do you screw up something simple for kids? Well, apparently, just do Playmobil. Because like I said, who the hell remembers Playmobil? I don't even remember Playmobil. I grew up with Lego. I know Playmobil's a thing, but that's just it. Who the hell remembers Playmobil? Nobody. And the ones that do probably just go, oh yeah, that's that discount Lego knockoff, right? I mean, still. But yeah, I don't know. The movie tanked, it bombed, and it's going to go down as one of the worst movies of the decade. Honestly, hell, this year alone had some piss poor movies. And that's saying something. 2019, movie-wise, did not end on a high note. That's for damn sure. Okay, so if you're a fan of anime songs and you live in the U.S., I got some sad news for you. So, Aniuta, Aniuta, Co. Ltd., and I do apologize, I probably mispronounced that. They announced on Monday that they're going to be ending their service in the U.S. It's an anime song streaming service. But here's the thing. If you do have this service, they are strongly urging you to cancel your subscription before March 31st, which is when the app's going to be, they're stopping the service. Otherwise, you're going to get charged continuously yet then for your subscription fee. However, the Japanese version is going to survive. So you over in Japan, you still get it yet, don't worry. Those of us here in the U.S. won't be getting it. And I only just realized this thing's out there, but then again, it's a subscription service, so I'm out automatically because I don't do subscription-based services. Hell no to that. I don't have the money to piss away on that. I'm not going to do it. The company stated regarding the closure as follows. Given the challenges in creating and maintaining a successful service that meets our users' expectations, we decided to sunset the U.S. version of Aniuta app. I know I'm mispronouncing that. I just cannot figure out how it's supposed to be pronounced. We are committed to focusing on our enterprise efforts and will continue the development of Aniuta for our users in Japan. First off, I want to stress this. This is one of the nicest ways that a company has ever said they're shutting down a service. We decided to sunset the US version. I love that. That's more better than, yeah, we're just screwing you guys. We're just screwing you in the US. We're screwing all you. You can't have it anymore, but hey, you better cancel your subscription or you're going to get charged. No, they just go, we decided to sunset. I love that. I love that. That is some damn good wording there of that. That is really good. It's like, yeah, we decided to sunset the US version. It's almost like we want to keep going. We want it to go on. We want it to continue, but we just can't. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds very reasonable. And the fact that you made it sound so nice is really good. I really do appreciate that. That's really nice. The app launched in the world's first, as the world's first anime song streaming for iOS and Android back on August 1st of last year, 2018, and it launched in Japan in March of 2017. So at least over in Japan, it's still going strong because it probably has a bigger clientele base over there because it's probably easier to get the licensing rights to have the site go up and everything else versus here in the U.S. Which I could see why it probably would be. I mean, look at Bandai Namco; they keep shutting down games every year or two, like it's nobody's business. The main companies and labels behind the venture include Flying Dog, Avex Pictures, Kadokawa, Sunrise Music Publishing, Toei Animation Music Publishing, Toho, Frontier Works, Pony Canyon, Marvelous, and Lantis. Other companies and labels participating in the streaming service include Earthstar Records, Exit Tunes, SNK, NBC Universal Entertainment Japan, Capcom, Caranet, Simral, Team Entertainment, Takuma Japan Communications, Dream Music, Falcom, TMS Music, VAP, Victor Entertainment, First Place, Bushiroad Music, United Music and Arts, Images, Rejet, and Warner Brothers. So yeah, not gonna lie, this is actually, first off, it's sad that they're shutting down the U.S. service. Like I said, I kind of could understand why. If the costs are getting a little too much, they can't make the site the way that they want to. It's not like they might be having issues. I could understand possibilities as to why they're doing it. I love the fact that they just didn't come out and say, nope, we're shutting it down, kiss off. They actually put down a very good reason why in their, here's the reason why in our statement regarding this. It's the challenges in creating and maintaining a successful service. So like I said, it could just be licensing rights. It could be, we're not having, songs that meet our user base, or it could be they might want other stuff, or they can just get it off of this one for free. We can't compete with that. Basically, if I want to think of it this way, if they're being undercut by somebody else, they just don't want to go to the mattresses, and that's fine. But the fact that they just said we decided to sunset the US version, I just love that. They're basically saying, look, we know that you probably enjoyed this, but it's time for the sun to set on this version. We have to, we're shutting it down. But they just don't come out and say we're shutting it down. They go, we've decided, to sunset. I love that. I cannot stress how much I love that. That is just the wording that works so well. But anyway, if you have the service, and if you are a subscriber, you have until March 31st to cancel your subscription to avoid being continuously charged for something you can't use. I mean, that would make sense. So yeah, if you get a chance, cancel it. Otherwise, the App Store and Google Play will continue to charge you the monthly subscription fee. I'm more or less curious. Hold on a second. Let me see how much that is. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me see if I can pull up what the monthly subscription fee is here. I mean, I'm just curious at this point what the subscription fee is. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm not stupid enough to pay for a subscription fee. I'm just curious what the subscription fee is. Man, I probably could have pulled it up. All right. Let's see if the actual site... Oh, wow. Well, the site looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's see. The U.S. will stop its service on March 2020. What's happening? On March 31st, we are shutting down the U.S. version of this site, of the anime music streaming service. Only the U.S. version of the app will be removed from the App Store and Google Play. Japanese version will continue operating. Your user ID will cease to exist. You can cancel your subscription before the shutdown. All playlists created will no longer be displayed. All user comments created will no longer be displayed. Cancellation of subscription. I'm just curious, does it say how much the subscription is here? I'm curious here. Let's see here. No, it doesn't say. I'll have to really look at that here. Let's see here. After the cancellation process is completed, blah, 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 blah. See how long it takes for content to be deleted. It's going to be immediate. So, duh. What should I do for the shutdown? And what's the timeline? If you're a subscribed user, you must, in capital letters, cancel your subscription. If not, the App Store and Google Play will continue to charge the subscription fee every month. And they'll be getting money for you basically having nothing. Yeah, okay. I'm just curious, what is the cost here? It doesn't really say. That's bothering me. Damn. I want to know what this cost is. I am curious what this cost is. I mean, I don't actually want it. I'm just curious what the cost is. I just want to know what this cost is here. Tell me what the damn cost is. That's what I want to know. What does the subscription cost every freaking month? I'm curious about here. $4.99 a month. That's it? Wow, for $5 you could have anime music? And this didn't take off? Wow. $5 a month. I mean, I was curious, like I said. I was just, kind of curious as to why, it was bugging me. It's like, how is this, what's the subscription fee? $5, $4.99 a month. That's not bad for a subscription service, especially nowadays. I mean, how much is Netflix charging people for their streaming service? How much is Disney Plus a month? Was that $5 a month too for them? I don't know anymore. I think YouTube TV is like $10 a month. So yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that is not bad. $5 a month. I'm amazed that didn't take off like a bat out of hell. But yeah, no. Hopefully they can come back, and we can get like something similar in the future. But yeah, I mean, seriously, $5 a month. That's not a bad price point either. I mean, you get $5 a month, unlimited music and stuff. Hell, I don't even think Spotify's $5 a month. Damn, that's not somebody out there that has like a streaming app that does music. I don't do that. I have an MP3 player and my phone is not a smartphone. let me know in the comment section if there is an actual service out there that's more than $5 a month or less than $5 a month to stream music, even just anime music. If there is, and it's US based, then I could see them getting undercut. If not, I think that's a pretty damn good price point. They're probably pretty damn low. They just either can't get their shit together, can't get the website and the app running well, or they're just having too many issues, and instead of wanting to throw money at it to try to fix it or put some time and effort into fixing it for the US side, just figured out, well, screw it. The only other thing, like I said, that I can think of is licensing, because I think a majority of the licensing that they have is the Japanese licensing versus, oh, here's the English licensing, which we need, so that could be an issue. But yeah, $5 a month. That's not a bad price point. I mean, if it'd be $14.99 a month, I could see an issue there. But it's $4.99 a month. That's not bad. Yeah, damn, that's not bad at all. Oh, well, like I said, you got till March 31st to cancel your subscription, or you're gonna be charged monthly the $4.99. So yeah, damn, that's not a bad price point though. Seriously. Okay, so a few years ago, there was this prototype of the PlayStation Nintendo prototype that somebody had found. It's that it had a disk drive and the cartridge slot, and it was before Sony branched off to make PlayStation. It was a Super Nintendo with a CD-ROM. It was created via a partnership between Sony and Nintendo before Nintendo told Sony to go kiss their ass, and Sony came out with the PlayStation and basically flipped Nintendo the bird. Which, by the way, greatest thing in history there. Yeah, Nintendo tells Sony, no, we don't want to agree to this. And Sony was probably looking forward to that, working with Nintendo, and Nintendo tells them to kiss off. Then Sony just comes back and is like, hey, Nintendo! And it just stands there on the other side of the street and flips them the bird outside their office. That would be funny. All of a sudden it's like, yeah, look, there's a store across the street selling PlayStations. The hell's a PlayStation? Oh, it's a Sony PlayStation. It's really cool. It's got a disc-based game system. It's really cool. What the hell? Hey, Nintendo! Yeah! I'm sorry. I find that funny. I'm sorry. I don't know why that sounds funny to me. Well, anyway, this thing's gonna be auctioned off in February via Heritage Auctions. The company said its owner has turned down $1 million offers for it in the past. Now the market's gonna decide the price for this thing. Properly known as the PlayStation, the machine would have been manufactured by Sony, played standard Super Famicom cartridge games, and also run off of a CD-ROM drive. But disputes between Nintendo and Sony ended up causing that to be shelved. The kiss you, kiss off, screw you, bite me. And that was around 1991, and Sony went on to create its own proprietary PlayStation console 3 years later. Like I said, basically standing on the other side of the street and flipping Nintendo the bird. So unknowingly though, in 2009, it was brought. Some person named Terry Diebold unknowingly bought the incredibly rare prototype at auction and a lot of abandoned property from a former Sony executive. In 2015, his son rediscovered the machine in the family attic, which caused a great stir in the game collecting, preservation, and historical communities. I actually remember that. Pat the NES Punk and Ian Ferguson were freaking out over this. This is where a lot of people, like, this thing is massively strange. It was unusual. It was weird. Since then, Diebold and his son have tortured the Nintendo PlayStation. Toured it around the world to many classic gaming expos and other venues, building up its reputation as the Knee Plus Ultra of the classic gaming collectibles. Yep. And now he's ready to let it go and pocket the cash. At this point, that thing's probably going to go for millions of dollars. Easily. This is going to be an auction that's probably going to have bidders all over the world wanting a piece of this, because whoever gets it's going to have bragging rights for like the next 10 years, if not more. Hey, I got the PlayStation prototype. Yeah, I got that Nintendo PlayStation thing. It's going to make a lot of money. Yeah, sorry, I felt the... I knew I felt that. Sorry about that. I felt the sneeze coming on. But yeah, so, I mean, this thing is going to make a lot of money. So, I mean, they could probably retire off of this. So Diebold told Kotaku in an email, I can't keep losing money. I've put a lot of work into this by traveling with it, and we have made nothing on it. Every trip that we have taken with it has cost us money out of pocket. Why not just charge $5 a head? People will pay you $5 just to look at this thing, just to gaze upon it in real life. God. Heritage, though, which bills itself as the world's largest collectibles auctioneer, only started selling video games in January of this year. Since then, it's auctioned off some games for record obliterating prices. Sold copies of The Legend of Zelda and Bubble Bobble for nearly $20,000. Damn. Sealed Donkey Kong 3 nearly hit $30,000. The biggest sale so far has been a copy of the original Mega Man. Ugh. Is that the one with the crappy art or the actual Blue Bomber Capcom one? For an eye-watering $75,000. Well, Heritage had better hold on to their jeans here. Sorry about that. They better hold on to their seats. They're going to shit a patio. This thing's probably going to go for millions. Yeah, so everyone from comics to coins, everywhere, they're going to be in on this thing. Prices are going to go even higher than a first print sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers. It sold for $101,150 in February to a group of buyers that included Heritage Auctions chairman. That's a little fishy to me. See here. Apparently, in October, a man spent over $1 million on a single purchase to acquire just 40 collectible games. That's astronomically stupid. So that's why it's likely big money is going to be finding its way to this thing. And yeah, I mean, I agree with that. You're going to see a crap ton of cash coming for this. You have this as the center display for your auction. Just go, hey, look, we're going to have an auction. This is the auction date. It's going to be in February. And you have that as the headlining thing. You put that up dead last. You get a feel for the room. You get a feel for the money in the room. See if people are going to loosen their wallets or not. And you put that up, near last. That way you get some deals. You get some extra money. Because if you put that up first and you start that off, people that don't get it aren't going to stick around. You put it up last, and they're going to stick around. It's like the old Ripley's Believe It or Not show. Whatever you want to watch, usually is coming up last. Whatever interests you, usually is coming up last. Because they want you to stick around for the whole show. But yeah. So it's going to begin on February 27th. It's going to be an online auction. No reserve price. It's definitely going to sell, and the market will determine the value. See, Heritage's director of video games, Valerie McLeakey, said, they often lists an estimated value for the item at auctions. It won't do that, though, in this case. In the case of this particular item, since it's never been sold to the public auction before, there's really no way to tell. I just slap a $1 or $10 million price tag on it to start it off with and go from there. put it down as $1, you're going to have a shit ton of people bidding all goddamn day, and that poor auctioneer is going to be going nuts. It's going to be like, I got $1 here, $1 here, I got $5 here, $5 here, I got $6, $6. They're going to go insane. It's going to drive them crazy just to get that stuff sold. See here, but Diebold, though, meanwhile, is resigned to the fact that this auction will represent the end of his stewardship of the gaming holy grail. Unless the person that buys it wants to have me involved in it from time to time, I will probably never see it or hold it again, he said. I wouldn't doubt it. I seriously wouldn't doubt it. You're probably never going to hold this again. I guarantee you, though, if you're really nice, you're there for the auction. If it's going to be an online auction, somebody might actually hunt you down and ask to take a picture of it with you and go, look, I got a picture with the person that owned this for the longest time. I got a picture with them, and I now own it. It's kind of like you're both holding it, and then it goes back to the other person that just bought it. This thing's going to go for huge money. Hands down. This is going to be huge. It's like, damn. This is going to be humongous. I'm not even lying here. And if anybody out there thinks that this is going to go for under the amount of money, no. This thing's going to go huge. Let's see here. There is an image. I got to blow this image up here so I can see it in the article, because my old man eyes are not helping me today. Okay, so it's auction preview here. Consigning material to be auctioned alongside these items on Thursday, February 27th, 2020 in Dallas, Texas. Consignment deadline for this auction is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020, which would make sense. They have to print out articles and get everything going. They probably have a flyer and everything that goes out. Let's see, they may not yet have been properly described and vetted. So they got a picture of it, though. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. It's definitely what it sets out to be. I mean, I don't know if you could technically play it or not, if it's even playable, but you know somebody's going to try to play it, somebody's going to look at it, and somebody's going to go, I'm going to own it, and it's just going to either be something that they're going to own to turn and burn, or they're going to own to see if they can make more money off of it selling it themselves. You don't know what it is. They'll just want the bragging rights for a while. Then once the novelty of it wears off, they'll sell it. Somebody else will get it. And this thing's going to pass hands a few dozen times. I can almost guarantee you that. But it's still cool that it's going to be sold at auction. And you figure, okay, the person that had it now for the longest time, they had their fun. They went to conventions. They got to meet people. They're just tired of spending money out their ass on it. And I understand that. I wouldn't want to be spending a shit ton of money either. Every time you turn around, it's like, oh, yeah, look, there's more money I'm pissing out on this thing. Oh, yeah, well, let's go to this convention. I can just imagine if you had to fly to those conventions, that gets expensive, and you have to figure out a way to protect the precious cargo so it doesn't get destroyed down in the luggage bay. How do you get around doing that? Or are you just driving to the conventions? Because if you're driving there, that's going to take even more money. You find a hotel room, you got gas, and I can see that taking a shit ton of money. You're going to clean up, though, off of this auction. That much I can guarantee you. You're going to be making, like, almost... let me put it to you this way. This thing's liable to go for at least a couple million, if not 100 million or more. I could almost guarantee you that. You're going to be getting some decent scratch out of this. And in all honesty, whatever you get for it, it's going to be worth it. You're going to have not only the memories of having it, the adventure of the time you had it, but you're going to know that it's going to be going to somebody that's going to like it. Whether or not it's going to stay with them forever, you don't know, but it's going to be going with somebody that at least wants to have it. They paid for it, and you're going to get something out of this in the end besides the satisfaction of knowing it's going to somebody that'll appreciate it. You're getting some money out of this. You can't argue with that. That is a humongous fact there. Still, it's going to be cool. I'm kind of curious myself what it's going to go for. I'm going to try to find that out then. after it goes up, see what happens. I'll be keeping you updated, I guess. This is really cool. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I found this out this morning. So World Trigger, the really, really good anime series that I actually do plan on reviewing for the next season of the GBU, is getting another season. First off, I actually sat through and watched all 70-some episodes of this series so far that's been out. Tubi has it up for free, and it was summer, and I watched it. I got really into this, like huge into this. Like any spare moment I had, I was watching the series. So this definitely has me excited. So Toei Animation announced this at Jump Festa 20 this year, that Daisuke Ashihara's World Trigger manga is getting a new anime season, and it's going to air on TV Ayashi, which makes me happy because this is one that I'll get to watch as it's airing, because I will keep my eyes peeled for this. The anime is going to feature the following returning cast members. You're going to have Tomo Muranaka as Yuma Kuga, who's the main protagonist in this, as well as Osamu Mikumo, voiced by Yuki Kaji. Nao Tamura is going to be Chika Amatori. She's the interesting one. Cool little part from the series. She's got a tremendous amount of the substance known as Triton, and she basically blows a hole in the side of the building when she's test firing, because she's going to be a sniper. She test fires, for practice inside the building, and just blows a hole in it. And is so apologetic when the guy that's in charge of keeping the building standing and everything else, he comes down and he's ripping into the older adults. It's like, this is all your fault, god damn it, that's a freaking hole in my wall, you sons of bitches. And then all of a sudden she's like, I'm really sorry, it was my fault, I'm so sorry, I'll pay for the damages, I'm really sorry. Here, because she's a small child, she's like an elementary school kid, or like really early middle school, he just kind of becomes massively spitting. It's like, no, that's okay, no, you did good, you made a hole in my wall, that's good, you should be proud of that, that's fine, we can fix that wall, it's not a problem, you don't have to worry about it, I'll get my people to fix that, that's not going to be a problem at all, we can easily fix that wall, I'm really impressed, you should be proud of yourself, you blew a hole in the wall. It's like, he just, and this is the guy that in the series wanted Osamu's head on a platter at one point, and he's just basically like instantly turns the switch. It's like, no, that's okay. You did really good. You blew a hole in the wall. I'm really proud of you for that. I just thought it was so funny. So that one's gonna be back. Yuichi Nakamura is going to be back as Yuichi Jin, which is he's a really cool character. And Nobunaga Shimazaki as Hayase, which is the, I think that's the one from the, I think it's pretty much the 5 that are in the picture here. But I'm pretty sure that's the one from, I know it's the one from the, I can't pronounce the name of that country either. In the show, it's like Afakotoro or something. Afakitoro or Tor or something. I don't know. I can't pronounce it, to be honest with you. It's the one that invades first, basically. It's a fun series. I look forward to reviewing what's been out so far. But yeah, it's a really good series. If you get a chance to watch it, it's on Tubi. I highly recommend it. Seriously, it is freaking worth the time. But this manga debuted back in 2013. It went on a hiatus, though, since 2016 due to Ashihara's poor physical health. It returned back in October of 2018 for 5 issues before moving to Shueisha Jump's SQ magazine in December of last year. It then took another 1-month break earlier this year so that Ashihara could recover from intestinal obstruction complications that arose from his recent colon cystectomy, gallbladder removal surgery. I just put down gallbladder removal surgery. To put the medical terminology there, really. Then took another month-long break in November due to Ashihara's poor physical health. Took a 1-week break in September 2014 to treat nerve roots affected by cervical spinatosis, wear and tear on neck area of spinal column, and has since taken several 1-week breaks due to sudden illnesses. Being a mangaka is not an easy job. If you ever read Bakuman, you'll know why. It's really not an easy job, and a lot of people think it kind of is. It's not. I feel for them. I really do. They put out some good stuff, and I'm not constantly one of these people that I'm going to hark on top of their asses. I'd hate to be that type of person like, where's the next chapter, god damn it? No. It's not easy to do a job like that. You have to understand that. For me, if I would be in charge of a manga, I would probably be stressing out 90% of the time. But, as a person that likes to read it, I'm not going to be hovering over him going, god damn it, where's the next chapter? God damn it, where is it? Where's the next stuff? No, I was a little disappointed that the series just kind of ended the way it did, but I wasn't demanding a brand new season come out. I was like, yeah, it'd be nice if it gets another one. I was personally just figuring that, okay, it's not going to get one. I was fine with that. But this is exciting to me for 2 reasons. So it inspired a 2-season anime. So it basically already has 2 seasons. So this is going to be season 3. I honestly just considered the first one whole season. But alright, screw it. So it's got 2 seasons already. So this is going to be season 3. I'm going to be reviewing what's out so far, which I thought was the series. So it's going to be season 1 and season 2 that I'm going to be reviewing then, which is fine by me. But yeah, I'm not really upset by this. In fact, to me, I'm ecstatic about this. This has me excited. This is just something to look forward to next year. I'm pretty sure it's next year. It said it was coming out. I'm almost sure it said it was next year, right? Jump Fest at 20, so yeah, it would be for next year. Yeah, Jump Fest at 20, so it would kind of be for next year, I think. I would assume anyway. Yeah, I'm assuming it's coming out next year. I think it is coming out next year. But yeah. So you figure we have this that's coming out. We have a new, it's not exactly a sequel to Gridman, but we have sort of a spin-off, I guess you could say, to Gridman coming out called Dynaman, or Dyzaman, which is going to be pretty cool. Dr. Stone, I think season 2 is going to be coming out next year, if not, like, maybe in a couple weeks. Who the hell knows? Then you have all the other fun stuff that's going to be coming. So, first off, this past season of anime has been massively impressive with Fire Force, Dr. Stone. Boruto's just freaking garbage at this point, and it just needs to go away. But then you also have One Piece kicking itself into high gear with the Wano arc, which I have to admit is really getting good. Even I'm following that every week, nonstop. Build Divers Re-Rise is getting really good. I finally got that episode done this week. So there was that. And then you just have like My Hero Academia. So you have the the big sets of ones you can find, and then you have other ones too. So either way, this is really interesting and good. I'm not gonna lie. It's just the fact of, yeah, I'm glad this is happening, because this also opens the floodgate for possibly getting other series re-greenlit again. So, like, we could get possibly The Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2. The continuing adventures of the hero Amelia and, the devil. And their them living in the real world. The door was still open at the end of that for a sequel. It literally ended on a freaking filler episode, and I stand by that to this point yet. It ended on a filler episode. That pissed me off. But this is interesting. This has me excited. World Trigger's coming back. Cause we have a massive cliff note with this. I don't want to give too much away since I want to review it, but I'll just explain a little bit anyway. Where the series ended at the end of season 2, basically, was they're getting invaded again. The invasion's happening. At the same time, the ranking wars are going on with Osamu's team in the ranking war that evening, while Jin and the rest of the border patrol or border is basically fighting off the invasion. And our friend from the first country that invaded in the series that we know of is headed to the arena to either help out the team so that they can all go to try to get back the people that were kidnapped and try to bring them back as they promised they would do. And he's headed off to the arena to help them win so that they can get upgraded to A rank so they can go. The only thing that'll piss me off with this, and I'm going to say it this way right now, is if they just up and screw it and just start fresh and we have no closure as to what happened, how any of it happened or led up to it. But if they do sort of a, okay, we're like jumped ahead here, like a time skip or something, and then we get that, I could see that working. But then again, they'll probably just go from the manga because that's what I would assume they do. I just haven't read the manga yet for it, but I've seen the anime and I like the anime, so the manga can't be that bad either. And I do try to do both, but majority of the time, I'm sorry to say it, I like hearing voices and I hate having to do it in my head. I never get them right. So yeah, I'm ecstatic for this. I'm excited for this. You could have knocked me over with a feather this morning when I found this out. I was like, I was giddy. I was giddy as a schoolgirl with this. I'm not even lying. I was freaking giddy. I was ecstatic. I was like, woo! World Trigger's coming back. Yes! I put it up on Twitter, put it up on the Facebook page. I was ecstatic for this. World Trigger's coming back. World Trigger is so damn good. It isn't funny. Like I said, if you get a chance to watch it, it is up on Tubi. I know you can find clips of it on YouTube. It is worth the time to watch it. Though, I must state this before I go any further with this, before I end this. If you want to watch this series, watch it subbed. The dubbed sucks so bad, it isn't funny. If you do want to watch this series, I recommend you watch it subbed. Subbed is about the best way to go with this one. And that's pretty much every clip almost on YouTube. There is like 1 or 2 clips where it is dubbed and the voices are just so goddamn horrible, it isn't funny. If you get a chance to watch it, I highly recommend watching it subbed. You won't, trust me, it's worth it. Even if you don't like watching stuff subbed, it's worth it. Just watch it subbed. That's all I gotta say. Even listen to the theme songs are freaking good. Even the endings are kind of good. But damn, I'm ecstatic for this. I really am. I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. Okay, so here's a slight update, I guess you would say, on the Warner Brothers take on Akira, the live-action Akira movie. It's no longer on Warner Brothers' release slate. First off, cue the trumpets! We can all just be happy here. Seriously, this is freaking good news here. Not even gonna lie. This is just beautiful news. Because, first off, no, we don't need freaking live-action Akira. I'm gonna safely say that right off the bat here. So live-action Hollywood adaptations of anime have sucked. Hell, basically every live-action anime adaptation has freaking blown like you wouldn't believe. And I mean, it sucks to no end. Yes, I am looking at a majority of them as comparisons. Perfect example is, what was it? Oh yeah, that's right. I remember. Anybody remember Dragon Ball Evolution? Just a name off the top of my head? No, because I freaking do. Dragon Ball Evolution sucked, and of course, that's the one that a lot of people go, but it wasn't a bad series. No. It was a bad movie. Screw the fact that it even was a series to begin with. They lied to us so badly on it that I even felt chided and gypped here. Yeah, no, it sucked. It was a horrible movie, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, of course, it has issues. It sucked. Happily, though, with this one, this is something that does not need to be remade again. It's a timeless classic. It didn't need to get redone in the first place. However, as far as this one's concerned, it's been a tumultuous history here with this. So back in May, it seemed the closest to reality yet with Taki Waititi taking on the material set for a May 21st, 2021 premiere. Script troubles forced it to be pushed back, so it wouldn't clash with Waititi's work on Thor, Love, and Thunder. Which, by the way, that is a stupid name for a Thor movie. Thor, Love, and Thunder. That almost sounds like a sound. That almost sounds like the romance soundtrack to a heavy metal group. We're Thor, and this is our, Valentine's cover, Love and Thunder. Yeah, that does. I mean, you can just have Peter Cullen just announce as it's Thor, Love and Thunder. That's a stupid name. Yeah, it is. That is a stupid name. Well, now it's officially off the schedule completely, which, first off, I don't see fans crying about it. I really don't. Well, this doesn't necessarily mean, though, that it's gone for good and that the project's doomed. I would like to think it is, so let me have my grain of hope, please. It was not among the recent slew of dates Warner Brothers nailed down for a bunch of its upcoming projects. Among these are movies like The Flash, The Matrix 4. Again, The Matrix 4. So, how the hell can we make a fourth Matrix movie when you killed off 2 of the 4 main characters in the third one? Neo died. Trinity died. I think the only one left out of the freaking 3 that went into the Matrix on the Nebuchadnezzar in that movie was Lawrence Fishburne's character Morpheus. That was it. What the hell? But apparently, The Matrix 4 took over Akira's former premiere date. Perhaps it's just so far into the future that it's no need to be mentioned yet, but it still could be coming out. No, I'd like to hold on to my grain of hope here. It's been canceled. It's been done. It's basically, nope, we're not coming out with this thing. It's not worth our time and effort. Screw this crap. We're going home. That's what I'm kind of hoping it is. I'd like to keep my grain of hope, please. Just a small grain of hope, if you will. Because personally, I think that it is done and dead in the water. And I would like to still hold that, hope in my heart. That it's dead and not coming back. That it's been canceled and will never see the light of day. Please, oh please, just let me have that small, small grain of hope. If you want to take it away from me, that's fine. But just please let me have that grain of hope. Even if it's for a small amount of time, let me have that grain of hope. I mean, first off, like I said, nobody really wants this thing to be made. I don't really even want it to be made. I don't really know of anybody that wants it to be made. And then it's basically, it's getting made. Why? Why does it have to be? Can't we just, let it die, let it live a peaceful life? It's a classic. Why do you want to redo it? Well, it has to be brought back. No, it doesn't. That's the thing. You just want it back because for some stupid reason, they think that every anime needs a live-action adaptation. And it doesn't. That's the thing. But hopefully, this will spell the end of this, I'm hoping, for freaking good this time. It can stay dead, it can stay buried, it can rot in the bowels of development hell for all I care. It can go right next to the whatever the hell that was in the first draft of the Sonic movie that we all hated so much and demanded that they change. Yeah, it can go next to that. Basically. Yeah, it can just sit right there. But, yeah, so it needs to go away, basically. And I'm glad that it's off the release schedule for now. Like they said, it may just not be available in the near future, and this is just their way of saying, well, it'll be back in, like, say, 6-7 months. But for the time being, it's dead in the water, which, for me, means that it's time that I get to enjoy not thinking about a live-action version of Akira, which we don't need. So, yeah. Either way, I'm happy. I am ecstatic about it. You have my blessing that this thing can gladly stay in development hell. Ugh. Seriously, it can just rot there for all I care. Alrighty, and that's going to pretty much do it then this week for the absolutely, completely random podcast. I honestly have had a massive amount of fun here, and truthfully, it has been a blast being here for this Christmas edition. Sorry I didn't have that many Christmas topics, though. But, well, you know what? We all got a great gift. World Trigger's getting another season. That was our great gift here, is that World Trigger itself is getting another season. That was our gift, I kind of think. That was our massive gift of the season. I'm happy about it, but yeah. But anyway, don't forget, Q&A questions are due in by 12 a.m. Tuesday morning. That's right, Christmas Eve morning. The questions have to be in by because I'm recording it Tuesday night, Christmas Eve. So basically, when I'm starting work on Christmas Eve, that's right, I gotta work Christmas Eve in the early morning. Yes, while Santa's delivering presents to all the children over in Japan and on that half of the planet that's in utter darkness at that time. Well, no, technically they would be in light, wouldn't they? Oh, well, whatever. Either way, you get what I'm saying. I'll be working early in the morning on Christmas Eve. But yes, 12 a.m. the questions are due in by. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at OtakeRoad. You can also check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And until next time, this has been the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, December. Well, August, Jesus, I wish. August, Jesus, I wish. Holy hell, it would be so cold out here. That would be so cold. For December 21st, 2019. I'm Andrew Rhodes. I have been your host. This has been the podcast. You've all been great, a great audience. Thank you all for tuning in. And until next time, bye, everybody.